What up, what up? Good morning. It is hot as hell. What's cracking? How is this? Give me 1 second. I need to go check something right quick. Come on now. Michael, what up, bruh? Give me 1 second. I changed some settings in here, so I just want to run to my page real quick and make sure it looks how I want it to look. Fucking internet is dragging. Why does it have that weird ass border? Can you guys hear that fucking tapping or whatever? I don't know what it is with Thailand condos. There's always somebody like banging on something or running a drill or... It's fucking crazy, bro. It's fucking crazy, bro. Give me 1 second. Just want to get this goal set here. Boom. Pow. All right, I think we're good. Can you guys hear that? It's so annoying, dude. And it's always at the ass crack of dawn. Always. And it's like, they'll be doing it from like 7:30 in the morning till like 10 a.m. and then they're done. It's like, if you only need to do it for a few hours, can we wait till like 10 or 11 a.m. maybe? Especially like when you're working inside. Now, if you're working outside and you wanted to start early because it gets hot, okay, I get that. But come on. And actually in Thailand though, like I went out on my patio this morning at like 8:15 in the morning. It was so fucking hot already. Like, it's mind-blowing. I'm from Arizona and it's still mind-blowing how hot it is as soon as the sun comes up. Running the iced coffee today instead of hot coffee. I'll tell you guys what. If you're coming to Thailand or, you know, visiting or you're going to stay here and you like iced coffee, granted I've never had the hot, if you like iced coffee, 7-Eleven, dude. I'm telling you, I don't know what it is. I've been to Amazon. I've been to like the little fancy, not fancy, but like bougie coffee shops, whatever. 7-Eleven has the best iced coffee I've found. And it's like 30% cheaper than everywhere else. Most places, it's like 65 to 75 baht for like an iced cappuccino, which I usually get. 7-Eleven, 45 baht, bro. We got a bunch of different shit too. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna post on Schminsta that we're live. I gotta take a little photo here. That looks like dog shit. Nice. Classy. Can you see that? Focus, you bitch. Whatever. 2 seconds. Just got to do my due diligence. I'm still kind of brain dead. Give me a little bit. Share, copy link, boom. Copy link, interlinked. Uh-huh. What? Where's the fucking space bar? Oh, I'm an idiot. Got it. Music? Fuck it. This shouldn't take this long. My brain's not working, sorry. Got it. Boom. Okay. I'm gonna have a fucking anxiety attack with that tapping. Can you hear it? Oh my God. And like, what is that? Every time, whatever they're doing, like usually when I like hear construction, I can be like, oh, they're tearing up the sidewalk or they're hammering nails and framing stuff like this. Like, what are you hammering that much? And they're building furniture from scratch or what? It's fucking crazy. Catch up on some comments real quick, huh? Jesus, the video I made last week about the tourist girl, it's like, my money builds your country or whatever. Of course, there are people in the comments who have very strong opinions about that girl's country, which I don't tell anybody what to think. Somebody commented yesterday that he's an Israeli guy living in Thailand. And he started out by like, hey, you know, it sucks. I don't condone this behavior by any means. And then he was like, oh, all the anti-Israel stuff and anti-Semitic comments on this video. And this Tempest guy is just cheering them on. To the point where I went and looked. Like through the comments, I was like, damn, did I like reply to, because there are some crazy comments on there. There are some people who are pretty adamant about the way that they feel. So I went and looked. It's like, did I reply and like, woo-ah, any of these comments? I didn't. So I had to reply to him and been like, I don't really know what you mean by cheering them on. If you mean that I let these people comment these things on my video, I'm a firm believer in free speech. You're allowed to think whatever you want to think. And, you know, this channel is a public place with all different types of people from all over the world. I'm not going to moderate what people say. You know what I mean? Unless it's something that could like lead to the channel getting in some type of trouble. But the thing about it is like, I make videos, the comments are, that's you guys. You know what I mean? And I'm not gonna, you know, dictate who gets to speak their opinion and who doesn't. So just like I wouldn't, you know, delete the comments that are on the other side of that, you know, whole Israel-Palestine argument. Everybody's allowed to think whatever they want to think. I'm a firm believer in that. Your freedoms are your freedoms. You're allowed to think whatever you want. As soon as you start telling me what I need to do and what I need to think, that's when it becomes a problem, you know? Morse code, somebody stuck in the wall. Man, they need to work on their Morse code then, because that's not SOS. SOS is the only Morse code I know. I learned how to do it with a flashlight. I forget where or why I had to learn that, but it's a 3 dash, or no, 3 dot, 3 dash, 3 dot. I'm pretty sure. Something like that. Or it might be 2, I don't know. I don't fucking know, man. Steve, what's up, dude? Gotta slow down on the fucking coffee. Got me fucking jacked already. We've been live for 8 minutes talking politics already. Dude, I cannot believe how hot. Let's check the weather real quick. How hot is it right now? Because it feels miserable. I could never find my weather app for some reason. 86 degrees. I'm calling bullshit. It feels way hotter than that. Way hotter. Dude, it rained literally all day yesterday. Granted, it's getting that time of year here, but it rarely rains all day. I went to go get coffee at like 8 in the morning, walked into 7-Eleven, no rain, came back out with my coffee like 5 minutes later, and like pouring rain. And then finally it let up for a little bit after like 20 minutes. So luckily the 7-Eleven by my condo is fucking 50 meters away. So I made it back to the condo, started pouring again, and then it just like kind of drizzled all day. Just enough rain to be annoying. Good morning, Tempus. Sway, how are you? Sway, am I saying that right? I hope so. You think a lot of dudes move to Pat's and get on the juice because it's more accessible? I think it's just the case with Thailand in general. Yeah, because it's a lot easier to find it here. I'm not sure about the particular legality of it, because I have a friend who said he had to go to a few different places to find it, and even when he did, they were like really low key about it. I think it is plenty legal to sell, but to sell it you have to have a specific license, just like selling weed here, and I would imagine that some people sell it that don't have that license. But yeah, it's much more accessible here. I think a big thing too is like my friends, like I have a couple of friends in the States who are bodybuilders, and a lot of the time in the States, unless you like really know somebody who's really connected, you gotta like buy it from not really reputable sources, and you really don't know what you're getting. So when you come to Thailand, like you can get pharmaceutical, you know what I mean? So you know it's legitimate, you know it's high quality, so I would imagine that makes people feel a lot better about it. It would for sure for me, especially with something like that where you're like hormones and stuff. You wouldn't want to be putting something that you really don't know what it is. I know like actual TRT here too is much cheaper. Like you can go get all your blood labs and everything and like get set up for, you know, like $150 compared to the States. You know, just literally everything is so much cheaper here. I'm saving up money right now to get some work done on my teeth. My teeth have always been like the one thing that I wouldn't say self-conscious, but like the one thing about like my appearance that I would like to be different. Everything else I'm like, I'm cool with it. But in the States, dental work is so fucking expensive. It's just like not attainable. You know what I mean? I can't spend, you know, thousands of dollars. So here, it's a lot more accessible. I've got a tooth that's kind of bothering me like intermittently. So the other day I was looking at like what fillings and like tooth removals costs, it's like $120. And you can go in, get a full exam. They'll either fill it in or remove the tooth. $100. Super sweet. I'm going well, thanks. That's good. I'm doing well too. Morning here. It is very hot today. So, gonna do this stream. I've got some stuff to set up for the video tomorrow. I might be able to get it up tonight. I'm not sure though. I've been really trying to focus on like not rushing to get stuff out. I would rather, you know, have a day. I would prefer a day or two longer in between the videos as opposed to like rushing shit out and you know, not being to where I think it could be, you know. Dental's cheap in Manila too. Pretty, yeah. I was looking at a clinic in Bangkok yesterday. Like they do everything. What if you want veneers, any type of like braces, Invisalign, they do everything, and it looked really official. Medical here is sweet. I think a lot of people that have never spent time here for whatever reason think that like, oh, Thailand, developing country, probably doesn't have that great medical. If I had like serious issues, I would come here and get them taken care of 100% as opposed to doing it in America. In America, I feel like you really don't get that good of care, and you're gonna spend insane amounts of money, even with insurance. We had somebody in here the other day talking, I don't remember who it was, talking about their medication. They had to take pain meds, and they said it cost them like $400 or $500 a month just for their meds, which is insane. When I crashed my bike here and went to the hospital, like doctor exam, MRI, x-rays, and meds, I was in and out in like 3 hours. All of that, it was 4,000 baht. So like $130. Trump signed executive order to make pharmaceuticals cheaper. Been such a rip here for medical. Yeah, dude, I don't understand how it's legal. And like, well, all those pharmaceutical companies too, their thing is like, oh, well, we're just, you know, everybody's got insurance. So it's just the insurance paying more. But when the insurance has to pay more, the deductibles go up as well, you fucking dum-dums. So that doesn't make any sense. And the amount of things like insurance companies just refuse to cover is insane. That's like when all the fire stuff was going on in LA. All these people have been paying for years for home insurance, and flood and fire was part of it. And then when all these houses start burning down, the insurance companies are like, oh no, we're not covering fire anymore. Sorry, we can't afford to pay out all these, you know, payouts because so many houses are burning down. What the fuck? How is that legal? How, yeah. Hence Luigi, what do you think of the insurance CEO killer kid, hero or villain? Of course, I don't condone murder, but not condoning something does not mean I don't understand it. And the shitty thing about it is like, a lot of the times, you know, in most countries, not even just America, for real change to happen, crazy, like aggressive things have to happen. Well, I mean, we've pretty much noticed at this point, like that, you know, voting or like all these ways that we're supposed to be able to implement change in our government doesn't fucking do anything. You know, whether it's red president, blue president, it doesn't matter. Things don't fucking change. It's just like the like House of Representatives and the Senate and everything. They can just, I don't know if it's both of them, but one of them, there's no term limit. So those are the people that really enact laws and stuff, and they can just stay there forever. How is that okay? I think things won't change until money gets out of politics. But how are we going to make that happen? You think any politicians are going to sign bills that make them make less money? That's the thing about it. It's like systems, like once people get a taste of the money, it is so hard to change those systems. Insider trade, yeah. Nancy Pelosi is just one example. They all do that. They all have insider information, you know what I mean? And it's just, it's crazy. Nancy Pelosi is just a wild example. The amount, like her net worth in like the past 15 years is insane. Insane. I mean, it was the same thing with tons of the stuff going around, like during all the COVID shit. You really telling me all those people like making rule, like it was all just with our best interest? That's all? Come on. None of that shit is. It's all about getting the money into their pockets. So until we can find a way to change that, it's not looking good. The fucking tap-roo. Just tap it in. Fucking driving me insane, dude. Oh, I hate it. Why? Bro, so there's this guy in Thailand, right? They're really big on Instagram. It's a couple. It's a European guy, and he's dating a lady boy here, right? So of course everybody on the internet is like, oh, well, you're gay. But mind you, this lady boy, beautiful, like gorgeous. You know what I mean? And he's made so many videos of like, oh, I'm not gay, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, Ginny, exactly. He made a video recently that, like, granted, I don't give a fuck. Do what you want. I could not care less about who you're attracted to or who you want to sleep with. Live your life. He made a video, though, where he's like, him and Chinny are talking about it. And because she hasn't had surgery. She, whatever you want to call it, it's just easier. So still got full rod and reel, you know what I mean? But he mentions in this video, he's like, if you got the surgery and, you know, when we're doing our thing in the bedroom, he literally said, if I couldn't see that you get hard, I wouldn't be as turned on. And mind you, he's been adamant about like, oh, I'm not gay. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I don't think he should either, but he obviously does. So I feel like he kind of undercut his argument a little bit there. Right, TMI, and it's like, I feel like you just kind of shot yourself in the foot, bro. That's a very, I don't know. I don't quite get the ladyboy thing. Dude, I can get it because some of them are fucking beautiful. Like, I could completely understand why guys would be attracted to them. Like, their standard of beauty is much more closely aligned to, like, our Western standard. Hair done, makeup, nails, like, they're full on, like, Western style, like, the way they dress and everything most of the time. So I get it. I just thought it was funny that this dude, he's like, he gets like worked up. I've seen him do live streams and he's like yelling at people. Like, I'm not, dude, who cares? But, and then he mentioned that. I was like, I don't know. I don't know. One thing LB is not, yeah, I could completely understand it. I get it. Not my thing, but I get it. You know what I mean? I'm not, live your life. LBs can fucking scrap. Dude, it's like the same thing. I always used to say it back home. Like, the one thing you don't want to do is like be a prick and pick a fight with a gay guy, like a flamboyantly gay guy, because I can pretty much guarantee you he's been picked on his whole life and been fucked with his whole life. I bet that dude will beat the shit out of you. I bet. Is it, I feel like a lot of people, there's so many people that have never been in a fight in their life and are like convinced like, oh, I can fight. I beat the shit out of somebody. There's only one way to learn how to fight, and that's fighting. Sometimes I walk by and I'm like, man, I'm telling, yeah, some of them are fucking beautiful, man. I get it. Like I have a few that I'm friends with here, and talk about like super fun to party with, lit, and you want to talk about the ultimate fucking wingman, bro. I feel like too, like one of my like Thai girlfriends that I know here, she was talking about it, and she was like, when I see foreigners that like hang out and party with ladyboys, I'm more inclined to talk to them and like hang out with them because they're obviously like open to Thailand. And I never really thought about that, but it completely makes sense because there are a lot of people that come here and they're fucking super like 1950s, like, oh, well, Thailand is just ladyboys, and super like fucking weird about it. So I could see why like you would be more inclined to talk to somebody who obviously is open-minded and doesn't give a shit about that. The amount of people that judge people off of that, it's like the same thing with politics. I don't give a shit who you voted for. If you're cool and you're a good person, I'll hang out with you. I don't give a shit if we voted for different people. Everybody's got their own reasons, you know? Some people are just too homophobic. Yeah. I feel like, too, a lot of those guys that are like that are like super... I get comments on my Instagram all the time. Like, oh, you're just in Thailand for the ladyboys. And then you go look at their profile. It's always some dude where it's like, are you pointing the finger at everybody else because you don't want the finger pointed at you? That's usually, if I do comment back, that's what I'll say. I'll be like, yo, bro, you're allowed to like what you like. Nobody cares. It's cool. Like, you don't have to try to shoot at other people so they don't shoot at you. Live your life, bro. Nobody fucking cares. It's always those people. Harbinger X. Dude has self-loathing issues. That's why he's so adamant. Yeah, I don't... Who cares, bro? Who cares? Yeah, and I've met Chinny a few times. She's super cool. Like, I could completely understand why you would want to spend time with her and date her. Super sweet. Amazing fucking cook. So it's like, dude, if you're happy, who gives a fuck? I think he didn't, because he leaned into their content relatively early from when they met. And I think he didn't really think it all the way through because he's got a big following. I think he was just like, oh yeah, like this is cool. He didn't really think about the fact that like there's going to be a lot of people that are going to talk shit or try to make fun of him or whatever. So, and I mean, I get it. Like if you get enough comments saying the same thing over and over, it can get a bit annoying and can start making you like think about shit you wouldn't normally care about. So I can understand it. Reminds me of someone on your yeah, dude, I'm telling you, my Instagram comments, I get those guys all the time. It's usually from like, they're from places where you would imagine that people still think like that, you know what I mean? Yeah, I don't know what it is about Instagram. Like on YouTube, like if somebody comments some negative shit, I rarely, if ever, reply. Instagram though, I'm clapping back. I think it's because I'm not like monetized on Instagram. I don't make any money from Instagram, so I'm not worried about like getting reported or like anything happening. On YouTube, I'm much more conscious about what goes out, you know what I mean, and make sure that I'm like abiding by the T&C, but Instagram, I don't give a fuck. Come party with me at Republic on Saturday the 17th. I got VIP booked. It would be a token of my appreciation of you and your videos. Up to you, bro. I appreciate that, Barry. I'll think about it. Honestly, I don't really do the club anymore. I haven't, I've pretty much just put down drinking as a whole. It's just kind of the fucking hangovers, man. I can't deal with it. But I'll think about it for sure. I haven't been out in a while. I might be down to pull up for a bit. If you have, shoot me a message on Instagram. Some of the ladies in Pat seem to be doing well with OnlyFans now. I feel like I'm seeing a lot more of them, like on Instagram and stuff. And I mean, I get it if the money is there. Okay, shut up. The money is there, so I get it. Dude, like, I'm friends with a few of them on Facebook. Their comment threads, dude, they are so creepy. Like, it must be nice to be able to just, like, post videos and reply to comments and just have people send you money. Like, granted, nothing is ever perfect. Everything has its, you know, give and take, but I will never understand that. It's like, I understand if you're spending time with a girl or a guy or whatever, and like you want to treat them and, you know, get them gifts or buy dinner or whatever, but to just send money to somebody you've never seen in person and will probably never see in person, and you're just paying them. I watched a YouTube video not too long ago that was talking about, like, it's kind of like a kink for some guys. Like, they want to be, like, financially taken advantage of. Fucking crazy. We're talking about weird shit today, guys. What the hell? Getting tons of heat because all his videos are ladyboy this, ladyboy that. He's using it for clicks. Literally every video is ladyboy, 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 and people are sick of him. I can get it I understand it from both sides, because I mean, honestly, a lot of people are curious about that, even if they might not be interested in doing it themselves. Like, they're interested in understanding, like, the dynamic, or trying to at least. So I get it, but yes, I would agree, like, bro, you got to diversify a bit. My only real thing with it is I hope that Chinny is getting the returns from that, at least a chunk of them, you know what I mean? Because I'm not positive, but I don't think he had a lot of traction until he started making videos with her. So ideally, they better be, like, splitting the income or whatever. If he's just posting everything and then, like, keeping the money, that's pretty fucked up. Almost all the chatters on OnlyFans are men in third world countries. Almost no OnlyFans males do their own chatting. OnlyFans agency outsources all that. So you're actually talking to dudes. Yeah, I know that's a thing. And yeah, most of the guys that I see commenting and stuff, they all have, like, names I can't pronounce, and they're from cities I've never even heard of. So it's like, I get it. It's just crazy. It's like, it's kind of like dark in a way that, you know, there's people up, whatever. Let's talk about something else. We're talking about weird fucking shit today. Yeah, the whole Chinny thing. I just hope she's getting I think she has a pretty good following now too, though. I think her Instagram is pretty poppin'. So it's like, from a normal standpoint, I would say, like, yeah, dude, you got to make something else. But from, like, a content creator standpoint, I also understand it. Like, when you do find something that works, it's hard to not just keep doing that. You know what I mean? Like, I've had to do the same thing. Like, I've had quite a few videos that were talking about, like, dating or nightlife and stuff in Thailand, and those videos do well. So it can be really easy to be like, okay, that's all I'm going to make. But then you get pigeonholed into doing only that. Like, if dude decides tomorrow that, you know, he doesn't want to date Chinny anymore and make videos together, like, I would assume he's going to take a huge dip in viewership. It's the same thing with, like, Pattaya content. Like, you can do the soy six and, like, going to bars and meeting girls and do all that type of content, and you will get views and you will build a following. But 95% of that following, that's all they're going to be interested in. So unless you're planning on staying in Pattaya forever and only making that type of content, that's something you need to think about. I'm really happy that I realized that pretty much when I first started out. It's like, Pattaya was never end goal by any means. It was never the plan to stay here forever. or to, you know, exclusively make that type of content. So every once in a while, I will make it because I know it's something that people want to see and it's something that people are interested in. But for the most part, I try to avoid it because I would rather build a community and a following of people that are going to continue to be interested in the things that I'm interested in making, you know? See the new Tesla robot dance video that came out today. Time to buy Tesla stock. What the hell? Let's see. One day ago. What the hell?
Robot Optimus is making headlines once again, this time with its unexpectedly smooth dance moves. In a new video shared by Chief Executive Officer,
it's fucking crazy.
Optimus showcases its human-like flexibility and rhythm, moving with surprising realism. The clip, posted on X, quickly went viral, sparking debate about whether...
The only thing with this is like, these companies that are building like AI robots that are like humanoid shape, the way our bodies are, if it wasn't for our brains, we'd be very ineffective. Like you could build a robot that is very good at maneuvering or like moving things, and if you want the most optimal like body type to do that, it's not humans. You know what I mean? It's kind of weird. You can see all those potato YouTubers struggling to do other content, except maybe Buzzin'. Trevor's a good dude. Yeah, I've seen quite a few people that they were here, and there's one in particular. I'm not gonna name drop him because I don't want it to seem like I'm talking shit. But he had this super cute girlfriend, and he made every video was with her. You know what I mean? I mean, I get it. They live together. They do everything together, so it makes sense. But when they broke up, his views fucking plummeted. Now, that's not to say that you can't do that and still keep your viewership, but if that is your sole thing that you're relying on, because she was in every thumbnail, my girlfriend this, my Thai girlfriend that, so when she's not there anymore, everybody stopped watching. So it's like, that kind of sucks. I've had people ask me the same thing. They're like, oh, you should like get a Thai girl to show you around. And I'm like, yeah, but if that's the thing, and then they're just going to want to watch her. And then when I'm making videos by myself, nobody's going to give a fuck. Dudes are watching for the girls. Just yeah, I totally get it. It's like I'm not against it, but I feel like as long as you're conscious of that, you can use it to your advantage. You just can't be delusional and think like, oh, like this is just working so well because I'm making good videos. Not to say that they're bad videos, but you know what I mean. Like you gotta. That's why like I continue to do like the motorsport stuff on my channel compared to pretty much everything else that I make. The motorsport videos bomb, minus maybe like the longtail boat trip I did with CB Media. That one did okay, but the rest of them fucking bomb. But even if I can build a little following of people that enjoy that stuff, or maybe I can help bring some people in to that world that weren't interested before, I'm cool with that because that's like my favorite thing. Motorsports. Anything is like my favorite pastime. So those are videos that are fun for me to make. How do I donate in USD? It won't let me donate in Thai baht. Barry, where are you located? I think it depends on where you're located. You have to donate in whatever country you're in, you have to donate in that currency. I'm pretty sure that's how the super chats work. Our names are close, but I'm not the guy you're talking about. Don't shoot. I tried to keep it pretty vague. My bad. It was that obvious? My fault. Coffee's getting to that watered down state. Not very good. Curious about, is Thailand big racing culture? I always see tons of car show vids and race cars. Am I ignorant on that? What's Thailand racing thing all about? Motorsports in general are just massive. Like almost every car you see will have wheels, or almost every car you see is just modified. Like Thai people, for whatever reason, just love engines. Like if there's something here with an engine and wheels, there somewhere Thai people race it. They race rice tractors. Like I posted a video on my Instagram yesterday of like some of the rice tractors they have here that are just insanely tricked out. All the semis on the road will be crazy, covered in chrome and all super tricked. Taxis, you'll see taxis lowered on wheels with turbos. It's just one of those things. I'm not really sure where it came from, but Thai people are very just invested in motorsports. Are we getting a Vietnam video? Yeah, for sure. It's just a matter of seeing when I can make it, because I am going to the Philippines in July with my mom, and prior to that, I will have to go to Cambodia, I think. So it'll probably be after that. July, I want to shoot for like maybe September. Also, July to October is surf season in Vietnam. That's when like most of the best swell is up. So I want to go then, I think. See lots of submarines going for racing stuff. Those boats on the rivers with V8 car engines are insane. A lot of those boats, like the one I went on, and most of them, they're actually 4-cylinders. They're 4-cylinder turbo diesels, most of them, that come out of the Isuzu D-Max. It's like a pickup truck they have here. They put big turbos on it. They put forged internals. Yeah, most of them are turbo diesel, 4-cylinders. Diesels inherently just work a bit better with boats because they're more torquey. But there are some random ones that are like V8s. I've seen some Toyota V8s. You don't really see like LS or any of that stuff here, just because like there was nothing ever manufactured here with LS engines. They look huge on the back of those flats with the long ass propellers. Yeah, so the racing boat ones, the ones that'll fit like 10 people or less, most of those are 4-cylinder diesels. The really small ones, like the single seaters, most of those are 2-strokes. Not all of them. Those ones are kind of split. 2 strokes, 4 strokes. And then like the big ones, like the ferries and stuff like that, most of those are like 12-cylinder, 10-cylinder diesel engines out of like dump trucks and shit. Donated in USD from Thailand last time. There is an option. Okay, sick.
Tuna on white, no crust, right?
Tuna on white, no crust. Tempus, do you still spin? Question, I and Expat try to get gig there at bars, clubs. I and Expat tried to get gigs there at bars, clubs. What problems would they run into? Asking for a friend, says Maddie with the $4.99 super chat. Thanks, bro. I appreciate that. I'm assuming that it's the same in Thailand as it is back home. It's all about who you know. So to get bookings in America, essentially what you got to do is you got to go to these parties, you got to hang out, you got to try to meet people. And it's a very like fine process. You don't want to meet somebody for the first time that's like a promoter or the DJ that's working and be like, yo, I'm a DJ, I want to spin here. Because I used to fucking hate it when people did that to me. In all reality, approaching the DJs about DJing there is not a really good look, because especially if it's like a big popular club, they're probably getting paid pretty well. So if I'm DJing here, it's my job, and you come up to me and be like, yo man, nice to meet you, I want to DJ here. It's kind of like saying, hey, nice to meet you, bro, I want to take your job. So don't do that. You want to get in with the promoters or the owners. And it's like you have to ease your way into it. You can't walk in and like just pitch them right away. You have to go, show up, support whatever club or bar it is, you know what I mean? Be cool. DJing is like 85% social skills. You can be a mediocre technical DJ, but if people like to hang out with you and people will come see you to party with you, you'll have all the success in the world. Like my best friend that DJs in Phoenix, probably like the biggest club DJ in Phoenix, in Scottsdale, like Old Town. And he's a great DJ. But I think the biggest reason why everybody wants to book him, he's never struggling for work, is because he's just one of those people that like he walks into a room and people are like just sucked into orbit around him. People want to hang out with him. He's a really nice guy. That's a big part of it. So, dude, it's hard. It takes a long time, especially at like anywhere that's worth DJing. Like it took me, probably. So I was dating Lydia when I started learning how to DJ. So I was probably 22. And then I started DJing in Old Town like consistently, getting booked at like clubs and stuff when I was like 26, 27. So like 3 or 4 years to just start getting booked at those clubs. And that was to get booked as an opener, playing from like 8 to 10 p.m. The shittiest slot, nobody's there. It's super boring. To like be the guy, dude, it takes time. Unless you're like a super official producer, it's all about, are people gonna come see you DJ? If you're a nobody, putting you on the flyer is gonna do nothing for the club sales. At the end of the day, that's what it's about. They want to book somebody who's gonna bring people in to sell drinks, bottles, whatever. Now, if you've got a huge following, and the thing about it too is if you're coming to a new country, your following isn't really going to come with you. You could be a big time Vegas DJ, you know what I mean, and like a local guy. You come to Thailand, none of those people live here. None of those people are going to fly to Thailand to see you. So there's a lot. It's a fickle game. Yeah, man, who you know is in the club scene for 25 years. Yeah, bro, it's all about making friends. That's the hard part about it. Hot chicks that suck at music do well in DJing, kind of funny. A lot of them. Most of them, I would say. Like, there's a lot of those things where it's like, if you're a girl and you're pretty, it makes it a lot easier to make money. You want to talk about getting paid to be pretty? Look at bartenders, dude. Like, bartenders in clubs, dude, some like can't even pour a fucking beer properly and still getting $20, $30 tips on a single beer. It's fucking insane. See that shit all the time. I worked at a bar for a while that they just continued to hire girls that had never bartended before. And this place was fucking busy. It was a brewery. Like, we would do 15 to 20 grand in just alcohol sales on the weekend. Like in Friday night, Saturday night. For like $5 to $7 beers. Think about how many beers that is, or how many $10 cocktails, you know? And they would just hire these girls that knew nothing about DJing. Did not know how to pour, or not DJing, sorry, bartending. Could not pour a tap beer. It's like, what the fuck are we doing? So now I got to pick up the slack. So I'm doing the work of 2.5 to 3 bartenders, and they would walk with like $500 a night. I'd make like 120. Very fucking frustrating. What are your thoughts on Thailand potentially opening casinos? It'd be cool to have decent alternatives to Macau. I like casinos. I think gambling's fun. I can understand some of the arguments of why some Thais don't want them. I get it. If they do it and they want to make money from it, they have to be very careful and make sure they lay out the laws properly to make sure that like they're actually getting an economical boost from it. Because casinos, anything with like high cash flow like that, it's very easy to hide money. So they would have to make sure they put some really good regulations in to make sure that everything's legit. I don't really think it's gonna. A lot of people are worried that it's gonna bring like a bunch of degenerates and like real shitty people. I don't think it would do that from people that are wanting to go gamble. I could see though that if they just kind of let it be free reign, that there would be a lot of people coming in trying to like wash money and do like shitty money laundering stuff with it. So I think there would be some seedy individuals on that side of it. But yeah, I really don't know. I mean, for me, I don't really care either way. If they do, cool. If they don't, whatever. Pattaya is over. If casino opens, will become Chinese 100% and affluent. Yeah, I don't know. A lot of Chinese people don't want to come here, apparently. Like, apparently the Chinese numbers are way down. And, like, they already have casinos in Laos and stuff, so. Pretty wild. You go from getting jailed and deported for a deck of cards to maybe full casinos, right? I remember when I first found out that, like, it was illegal to have cards here. I was at a beer bar with a couple girls, and like all the bars, they have like Connect 4 and all the other games. I was like, let's fucking play bullshit or something. I was like, you have a deck of cards? And all the people that worked there were like, no cards, no cards. I was like, what the fuck? And then I actually looked it up and was like, no, it's illegal to have, I think you're allowed to have a deck of cards. There's some like weird rule about cards specifically. But yeah, they explained it. They're like, if the police go walking by and they see us sitting here playing cards, there's essentially no way to prove that we're not gambling. And they'll just kind of assume that you're gambling. And yeah, it's a big deal. If you enjoy gambling, hope you make a Macau trip at some point. Expensive as fuck, even relative to Vegas. Jesus Christ. All casinos in Manila are Chinese owned. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt that a lot of them are going to be Chinese owned. I don't really think it's a market where, like, I don't think you're going to see like MGM. Maybe in Bangkok, I wouldn't be surprised if some of those like American casino, I don't know if like MGM and all those are actually American owned, but I wouldn't be surprised if they wanted to like open one in Bangkok. Expensive is relative to Vegas. That's insane. I remember I DJ'd at Hakkasan nightclub a couple times, and it was something insane. It's usually 99% of the time if you're DJing like an official club, as a DJ, you just get a tab. So I hadn't paid for drinks in fucking 5 or 6 years. But I went to Hakkasan, and after like 20 minutes of DJing, I got one of the bottle girls. I was like, yeah, can I have 2 vodka Red Bulls? She brought them back, and I was like, just curious, if I had to pay, how much would these be? It was something insane. I think it was like $72 or something. It was over $70 for 2 vodka Red Bulls. And this was in 2017, 2018 maybe, something like that. So it's probably even more expensive now. Son of a bitch. I used to DJ at the original rehab at the Hard Rock before Orange County tribal tatted dudes invaded it. Orange County tribal tatted okay. around 2004, 2005-ish. 2005, I was in 8th grade, or maybe a freshman in high school, something like that. My high school class was 2009. DJing Hakkasan is a cool thing to have on the resume. Yeah, I'm like, once I kind of stopped DJing, I like looked back at all the stuff I played and I was like, dude, this is pretty like official. Do you know how it is when you're in it? There's always another place to get to, you know? So it's like, I went through and like had a bunch of the flyers, like, cause I like opened shows and like would be like the local opener for all kinds of like big ass DJs. Fucking a bunch of dubstep guys, Dom Dalla, a bunch of, really a lot of the people that were big from like 2014 to like 2018. And I still had all those flyers and I made like a collage of like all the cool shows that I had done. And it was insane. Hakkasan, I DJ'd the Waste Management Open in Phoenix, like the big ass golf tournament. All kinds of random shit. I used to play the 4th of July Community Festival in Sedona. They would do like a big like community festival of food and like games for kids and stuff. And they used to pay me every year to go there and DJ. And I would be there for like 6 or 7 hours. And all my friends were like, dude, that's gotta suck. Literally my favorite booking, because Sedona is very much like a retirement place. Like a lot of the people there are retired. So a lot of them are older. So I got to DJ all day and just play like all kinds of like 60s and 70s, like old funk and like all kinds of just old good ass music. Super fun. And they used to pay me, I think it was 2,000. I would get paid $2,000 for just DJing for 6 hours. And then of course like all the food and stuff, like that was super fun. So like just a bunch of random shit like that on top of some really cool clubs and like shows. I got to play a bunch of big ass festivals. There's a promotion company in Phoenix called Relentless Beats, and they do like all the big EDM festivals. Got to play at probably like 4 or 5 of those. So yeah, got to play some cool shit. Some dope parties. Got to play some really cool parties. $4,000 vinyls in my garage. Jesus Christ. You should hold on to those for sure. In Tempe, make sure the motherfuckers don't melt. Vinyls was like right before my time. When I got in, it was pretty much CDJs exclusively already. Granted, I did learn how to DJ on vinyl. My girlfriend at the time, one of her good friends was like a late 90s old school breakbeat DJ. So he taught, like I just learned on accident. We were at his house one night just like partying, and he would DJ and stuff. And then one night he just wanted to party and he's like, you DJ. I was like, I don't fucking know how to DJ. And he had like some old school techniques, and I was just up there for hours just dragging his needles across shit, just clipping the mixer, like, and he didn't give a shit. Like wasn't upset once or like, oh man, don't fuck my shit up. Didn't even care. Was super cool about it. Everybody was like really nice and supportive, even though obviously I had no fucking clue what I was doing, and every transition was just a train wreck. Yeah, and then I don't even really remember how I started like playing shows. Oh, I started playing desert parties. That's what it was. That same girlfriend, we would go to desert parties. She was like a raver and kind of introduced me to that scene. And then I made friends with the guy who threw the desert parties, and then he started letting me play at like 6 in the morning, like when everybody was leaving and like he would start packing up, he would let me just like practice DJing. And then started playing at like midnight, started pretty like headlining out there, even though you're not a headliner, it's just like a local party. And then you meet some people from there, and then they throw parties and you start playing theirs, and then SoundCloud, that whole thing, and then eventually start going to clubs, meet people. That's what I mean. It took years to like build the network of people to get bookings. Lots of drugs there. Dude, those desert parties, myself included. At that time, I was like 22. So, yeah. I I went in. I actually met the dude that pretty much introduced Phoenix to 2CI, which is like a research chemical, kind of similar to acid. He was the guy that was like getting it from China and diluting it and everything. So he used to hook me up with vials of that. Yeah, dude, we went. I'd be out in the desert just like sitting on the ground, fucking. A younger Tempest, not so much anymore. The fucking banging, dude, so annoying. They've just been doing that for 3 hours straight. Do they do the shaman thing in the jungles in Thailand? I don't know. I know like there's a lot of places here where you can find like mushroom shakes and shit like that, and like pie and up in that area. I don't really know for sure though. I'm gonna use the restroom real quick. I'll be right back. Now it sounds like there's like 5 of them banging. They're in a fucking quartet now. A quartet is 4, but whatever. Jesus. I look around these condos. What could you need to hammer for 4 hours? Like what? I just don't understand. It's like if you're hanging stuff up, I mean, even, okay, say you gotta hang cabinets. How long does that take? 4 hours of hammering? What are we doing, man? It's insane. That's why I want my next place to be like 40K baht. I don't want to hear a damn thing. Dude, it does not matter. I swear to God, no matter where you go, it's just the thing. I've been in so many different condos, so many different buildings, fancy, super cheap. There's just always somebody like banging or like whatever that like air hammer is that they like use to take up the tiles or something. Fucking everywhere, dude. I'm in Pattaya. That's why I'm having issues donating. Let's see if we can Google it, Barry. Rent a house instead of a condo. Dude, it's on the list for sure. The only thing is to find, I don't have furniture, obviously. A lot of houses are unfurnished. And to get the furnished ones, they're a lot more expensive, of course. Or to buy furniture, you know what I mean? It's just a major investment. Hold on. Barry, in Pattaya, that's why I'm having issues donating. So what's it saying, Barry? Also, if you want, actually the link just came up in the chat right there, the Buy Me a Coffee. If you want to try that route, that might be a bit easier. Also, Buy Me a Coffee takes a much smaller percentage than YouTube does. So if that's easier and you would like to do that, by all means, that's plenty okay too. Can you guys hear it? Dude, it's like, usually I'm not irritable about shit like that, but this is driving me fucking insane. What could they be doing that takes that much hammering? Taking the tiles up, maybe? Are they in there with chisels popping the tiles up? It's a fucking nightmare, dude. On Thai time construction. Yeah, and it's like, it's just annoying because it's always at the fucking ass crack of dawn. It's like, dude, especially in a condo, like, is there no consideration about the other people in the building? Zero. It's like, nope, we're just gonna show up at 7 a.m. and start fucking hammering shit. How a house might be that. Yeah, dude, I would, trust me. I've been looking at like townhouses and stuff, and that would be nice. It's like after being here for a few years, like I remember why I wanted to move into a house back home so bad and how much better a house is. It's like condos, like what, minus being cheaper, there's like no real perks to it. If you can afford a house, fucking get a house. I've found quite a few in Bangkok that I could afford. They're not like crazy far out, but they're pretty far away from like central Bangkok. But I think I would want to be a decent amount away anyway, just because I don't want to deal with the traffic. Definitely sounds like a floor remodel. Right, but even that, with the floor, how many, dude, there's not that many tiles, you know? Would it really take 4 hours? Like, they're not that hard to get up. Grout isn't that strong. It's not like they're cemented to the floor. So grout, you just hit it 3 or 4 times. In theory, it should just pop off. So I can tell there's 3 of them because it's coming from 3 different spots. So how the fuck does it take 4 hours? It's 3 hours, but still. Shit. Give me 1 second. I gotta plug the laptop in. Bro, this condo has like, I think they're like child safe plugs or something. Like the outlets in the wall, inside the plugs themselves, they have like little like doors kinda, so you can't just like stick something straight in there. And they are such a fucking bitch to actually get stuff plugged into. You gotta like put the plug at an angle and like kind of like pry it open to get, it's fuck. Now I'm just irritated by everything because of this. My bad. It is what it is at this point. Maybe look in Pune with T and Udam Suk for houses that are close to the BTS. So with me, I don't need to be super close to the BTS because I have a bike. So I don't need to be like right next to or even in walking distance, just within reason. Because most of the time I'd imagine I'll be taking the bike places unless I'm going like across town or something. So I don't have to be super close. And if anything, I can drive the bike closer to the station, park there, and then take the train wherever. Hate those plugs. Literally shocked myself with one. 220 volt. Yeah. Yeah, it's like you gotta, dude, it's so annoying. Like a couple of them, like there's one over here on that side of the bed. And then another one over here in the corner. Like I just can't get shit to plug into them. Like I've sat there and tried to the point where I'm like really fucking pushing on it. And I don't want to break it because then they're going to take 5,000 baht out of my fucking deposit for a broken outlet. I've been thinking, dude, I've been seeing so much stuff about people not getting their deposits back. If I don't get mine back for this place, I'm going to be fucking heated. Heated. Because like, as you guys can see, like I don't like clean every morning to have the condo like look like this for the stream. 95% of the time, it's like this. I'm not a clean freak, but I'm clean. I don't tear shit up. So it's like this condo, minus normal like wear and tear stuff, will be fine when I move out. Ever consider Chiang Mai? Yeah, so I went to Chiang Mai with my mom, and I liked it, but I'm also much more of a beach person. That's the only reason I would choose other places over Chiang Mai. The one thing I liked about Chiang Mai is it's very Americanized when it comes to like the restaurants and stuff. We found pretty good Mexican food there. There's like a bunch of like sports bar type places. There was another place that was like the Hard Rock, but not cheesy. Yeah, there's a bunch of good food there. One place where condos win big, the view. Unless I'm like beachfront condo and like Krabi, you know what I mean? Like somewhere that is very aesthetically pleasing. Like mine here, I look towards Sukhumvit. Like my window doesn't even face the beach. Like I really don't give too much care about the view. Like if I'm looking at a place, it's nice and it has a great view, cool. But I'm not gonna not get a place because it doesn't have a view. The only time it really kind of bothers me is like if there's just another building right there and you're just looking right at another building. At least with mine, there's no other big condos between here and like Sukhumvit. So I can like, it's like a city view, which I'm fine with. I'm so close to banging on the ceiling. So close. I can't even begin to tell you guys. Bangkok skyline is sick if you're into that. Yeah, for sure. I like the like metropolis type views. It's just like one big thing for me is like working on my bike. Doing that in a condo fucking sucks because if I go down, have to carry all my tools up and down. If I'm down there and I tear the bike apart and then I have to like go do something or go somewhere to get a part, I've got to like put everything away, and it's just logistically it's fucking annoying. And space, like I would just love to have some more space in a house. I'm so close to just punching the fucking ceiling, dude. Oh God. Let's do this. Boom. There we go. And it's just like the little tiny, is that why it's taking forever? Because you're hitting it hard and they're like barely hitting it, trying not to make noise? I would rather you just make a shitload of noise for an hour instead of a little bit of noise for 4. All right, I'm gonna shut up. I'm not gonna mention it again. I'm sure just sitting here listening to me bitch is not very entertaining. Sabai. Yeah, I'm working on it. I've gotten, dude, if you think I'm like irritable now, dude, before I got to Thailand, it was bad. To the point where I like didn't realize it until I went to a place where like, you never know what the fuck is going on, you know? I got to Thailand and was just like, after like 6 months, I realized like how annoyed and frustrated I would get by the stupidest shit. Stupid things that are just, it is what it is, it's not gonna change. So I have gotten a lot better. Bitching rants are very, yeah, fair enough. I like to see people crash out sometimes too. Who did I watch the other day? Oh, fucking, do you guys know T-Pain, the rapper producer? He does streams on Twitch now, and he has for a while. And he'll do like music reviews because he's had his own music that was super successful, and he's also been a producer on literally some of like the biggest songs of all time. So one of his segments is like music reviews. So people will send him songs and he'll listen to them and tell you what he thinks. And I really like it because there's no filter. He tells you exactly what he thinks. And this guy sent him a song that is just like another like cliche mumble rapper that sounds like everybody else. And he just fucking snapped. He's like, we already got Lil Yachty, and we got Lil Baby, and we got Da Baby. And he just went on for like 10 minutes and fucking snapped. He's like, make some different shit. Stop sending me this fucking shit. Oh my God, dude, it was great. I was dying laughing. Bro, when I'm trying to walk behind Thai grandmas holding hands, I'm that guy too. I'm a fast walker. Bro, I saw a Instagram reel that was like, oh, if you're getting annoyed that you're in Thailand and everybody's walking too slow, maybe you're walking too fast. So I try to tell myself that when I'm like, somebody's blocking the entire sidewalk and I can't get around. It doesn't work. I get annoyed. Like, yo, pick a side. What I don't understand, like the physics of how it's possible, even if it's not two grandmas holding hands, it'll be like one like old guy or one old lady, and somehow she will manage to block the entire sidewalk. Even though she's skinny, you know, she's only a foot across, somehow she'll manage to block an entire like 6-foot sidewalk. Every time you try to go around one way, somehow she's still in front of you. And then it gets to the point where you gotta like pass and you almost bump into them, and then like you feel like a dick, and they're probably like, what the fuck? Why did that guy just happens all the time. The spatial awareness. A lot of people in Thailand, not necessarily just Thai peoples, but a lot of people in Thailand are fucking in their own world. And they're just, the grocery store, man, when I go to the grocery store, it's like a fucking war zone for me. It's that me, when I like go places to buy stuff, I know what I'm buying. I'm in there, I get my shit, I get out. It's all about like doing it as fast as I can for some reason. So I got people like blocking you, or they're like spinning around looking at shit, and like, oh, dude. I've been trying to work on that. That shit annoys me too. I take wide lines around people, zero expectation of people moving out of my way now. It helps. Yeah, that's the thing though, even when I try to take wide lines, it's like somebody's walking, I'm walking behind them, then I go this way to go around, and somehow they drift over that way, then I try to switch back, and now they're dude, all the time. All the time. One thing that has helped me with not getting so annoyed about shit is some podcaster like made a point. He's like asking his guest, he's like, okay, how many black cars did you see on your drive here? And the guy's like, shit, I don't know. And he's like, well, if I told you before you came, hey, I want you to count every single black car you see on the way here. And when you do that, I'll give you $20 for each car. Are you going to be able to know how many you saw then? Absolutely. So that was his way of saying, like, you're going to see more of whatever you're looking for. So if you're just looking for shit that annoys you, everything is going to annoy you. So I've really tried to work on looking for the things that I enjoy or things that don't bother me, instead of trying to like just get annoyed by everything. The biggest one for me is traffic, like driving. Like I get fucking like road rage, not to the sense where I would like cuss people out or flip people off or anything, but me under my helmet when I'm riding my bike, I am cussing up a fucking storm. It's hard with that, especially on a bike though, because a lot of the time, like, it's like safety shit. Like somebody is like drifting across lanes and shit. That makes me mad, because I'm like, yo, are you gonna pay attention or are you gonna fucking kill me? So I've been trying to work on that too. It's like, hey, this is a motorcycle. You love motorcycles. You're in Thailand riding around on a motorcycle. You know, this is sick. Fucking enjoy it instead of just being irritated. It's a hard life to live. Indians are the worst at blocking sidewalk. Dude. anytime I have to like drive down Second Road into Pattaya, like that, the one corner where it comes around by Walking Street, bro, they're in the street 10 deep, shoulder to shoulder. Like they're halfway across the street. It's so, and just oblivious. I'm to the point where I'm behind them and I can't drive because they're in the fucking road. I won't lie. There's been a few times where I like get around the one on the edge and just kind of clip him with the handlebar a little bit. Get the fuck out of the road. That's one where I'm not gonna not be annoyed by it. Why? Why are you just walking in the road? There's a fucking sidewalk. Sidewalk. That shit drives me insane. I'm glad I'm not the only one because I actually saw a post on Facebook last night of this girl I know who also rides a bike. And she's like, why the fuck is this a thing? Like, get the fuck out of the road. She snapped. Jesus Christ. Listen to this shit. This is crazy. Oh, man, I keep saying like, I want to make a different video, but the crazy news in Thailand just keeps popping up. Listen to this shit. This just popped up on my Facebook 14 minutes ago. A shocking incident in Samut Prakan has left locals in panic after a monitor lizard was found eating the lifeless body of an infant. The baby's head and body were found separated, with the lizard carrying the body to a nearby residence. Rescue teams were able to recover the head, but the lower part of the body was not retrieved. Authorities are now searching for the mother, with a medical team set to determine whether the child died before or after the animal's attack. What the fuck? That's insane. I would imagine it found it because those monitors are not, they're not super aggressive. Granted, I don't know, maybe if it was a baby, since it's smaller, it might have been aggressive, but I've seen them a bunch of times and you can just like walk right up on them and like they don't, I could imagine if you tried to like pick it up or something, they'd probably fuck you up, but it's not like they're like trying to attack you. It's not like it's a fucking crocodile, you know? That is insane, dude. I do admit it's a lot easier to just let shit slide here in Thailand than the States. Yeah, and I think too, it's like, the one thing that is like frustrating, but I also love about Thailand at the same time is like, Thai people, they got the way they're gonna do it, and that's how it is. So why are you gonna get annoyed about things that can't change or not gonna change? You're just gonna, what, are you just gonna be irritated forever and just pissed off forever? You know what I mean? Ron Martin, greetings from Oregon. Nice, man. I made it to Oregon for the first time when I was driving trucks. I came into the Cascades at super late at night, parked at a rest stop. I remember that first time I walked out in the morning and like smelt Oregon mountain air. Being from Arizona, I was like, what the fuck? Smells amazing. Yeah, I really liked Oregon. I don't think I could be there in the winter, but summer is really nice. A lot of foreigners are moving to Thailand and the Philippines because it's cheaper, because it's way too expensive in the Western world. True, it's getting more expensive here too, though. Even in the few years that I've been here, things have definitely gotten more expensive. Trucking, any stories of lot lizards? Heard they can be dangerous too. That's not really a thing anymore. Back in the day, there used to be lots of like privately owned truck stops, mom and pop type places. Now the vast majority of them are like corporation, Loves, TA truck stops. There's one more. Loves, TA. One more. There's like 3 big ones. And they've all got security. So the thing about it too is like theft. The biggest thing you have to worry about as a truck driver is theft. people know that drivers live in there, so they know they've got valuables inside the cab, and also whatever's in the back of the truck. So certain companies with like certain loads, when you have certain things in the trailer, they have restrictions on where you can park overnight. You know what I mean? Like company I drove for, it was illegal. Like it was against company policy to stay in Southern California. If you were anywhere further south than Sacramento, you could only sleep in our designated lots. You couldn't park at like a truck stop or anywhere else. It had to be on one of our yards because theft was so high. They were worried that somebody was going to break into the trailer when you were sleeping. Flying J. Yep, that's it. Sniper Pro, thank you for the sub. Yeah, Flying J is the one I went to the most. Loves has really good like member rewards though. If you do like a lot of driving or anything like that, get the Loves member card. You get a lot of cash back and like sweet discounts and stuff if you're buying a lot of fuel. That was one sick thing about when I drove this semi, because majority of companies, they pay for all the gas. Unless you're an owner operator and you own your own truck. So I would go to Flying J or Loves or wherever, and I had a rewards card for each one, and I would pump gas. I would fill up my truck. You're talking 400 gallons of diesel, thousands of dollars that you're spending on fuel, and I would get all the rewards. So I'd get all kinds of free shit. Retiring in Thailand next year. Nice. Third world country, you get third world news. I wouldn't consider Thailand a third world country by any means. Not 100% yet, been going to Thailand. At least you have a good grasp on the differences of places then. Tell everybody you need to explore a bit before you decide on where you want to be if you're going to live here. What the hell? Man, I joined a bunch of like Thailand Facebook groups to like share videos or see what's going on with people and stuff. It's just tons of guys from the Middle East asking for girlfriends every day. Like, what the fuck? You really think that's gonna work? You just went and made a Facebook post. Hi, I'm looking for a girlfriend. I don't think that's gonna work, bro. Think in the third world you get better news. All of our first world news is biased as fuck. Fox, CNN, garbage. Yeah, I think news is biased everywhere. The thing about it is there's so much ad revenue and online posts now. You know what I mean? Even news places are looking for clicks. So it's hard to find shit that's not biased. Simps, right? Simps for sure make it harder for the rest of us. That's for damn sure. I saw a video the other day of this guy flew a girl out to meet him. And like he picked her up from the airport, and then she automatically started talking about going to the mall and him taking her shopping and shit. And the dude just went around the block and dropped her back off at the airport. I was like, oh my God, that is fucking savage. Simps driving the prices up, dude. I mean, it's not even just simps. It's like with everything, dude. It's like with motorbike rentals, everything. Because people show up here, they're here for a week or two. They don't understand what like the going price is. So they're like, oh yeah, I want to rent a motorbike for 2 days. People are like, okay, here's your 150, 2,000 baht. And they're like, okay, cool, 75 bucks? That's cheap compared to America. Yeah, but you're not in America. That's a fucking ripoff for here. Same thing with food. Jesus Christ, man. So much food here is so insanely overpriced now. When you make other dudes cringe, you got problems, right? It's just like, dude, are you not like embarrassed? You know what I mean? That's not embarrassing. I mean, I get it, dude. Like I would understand like being lonely. I get that. But it's like, why I don't know. It just seems kind of delusional. It's like, you obviously this person's just here for money. That doesn't bother you. Indian dudes are savage with the negotiating. Dude, I have a couple friends who were bar managers on Soy 6. I've heard some fucking crazy stories. Even from girls that I know. Crazy stories. I'm so fucking over that banging, dude. Dude, some of these, I don't know if you guys will be able to see this. This is the same bike that I have, but some people take these tires from other... Is it gonna focus? It's not gonna focus. But that's a Honda Grom, and then they put like full-size tires on it. Fucking looks ridiculous. Simping and tapping the ground with a hammer for 7... Dude. Oh, God. Pinch a penny until it cries. Okay, you guys want to hear a good one? I'm Jewish, okay? Granted, I don't practice or anything, but they like come from Jewish heritage. No, never mind. I'm not going to say it. We're going to keep it PG. We're going to keep it PG and PC. We've talked enough about politics and weird shit today. This is the weirdest stream I've ever had. The banging is fucking driving me insane, bro. Not to mention, I still have to edit a video after this, so it's not like I can just leave. That was the other thing. If you guys were in here earlier when I was talking about the dude that left the comment saying that, like, my video was anti-Semitic and blah, blah. It's like, bro, if you saw my last name, like my real last name, you would understand that I am not anti-Semitic. That would be like anti-my people. That would be like me being racist against Swedish people. Even though my name is about as Swedish and Jewish as it gets. Is this X now? I'm not here to like moderate what people say. Dude, like if you've seen the comments, like there's very few comments that I delete, very few. The only ones that I consistently delete is if I have somebody that's in my videos, like a friend or family or something, and there's people in the comments saying fucked up shit about them, I delete those. Because those people didn't really ask for that. I make videos, I put videos on YouTube. I understand that I'm gonna get negative comments, but for like I've had like some girlfriends in videos and people say fucking crazy shit and they got really upset about it. So those are the only ones I delete. Anything else, you can say what you want, dude. Now granted, YouTube sometimes deletes them, so I don't even get a chance to see them. If you say some real crazy shit, that might not work. How long does it take you to edit a video? It really depends on the video. Anywhere from 2 to maybe 5 hours total. It depends on the video. When I go and do like the motorsport events, those edits take a lot longer just because it's just a lot more footage. Like when I did Connection Thailand, that was over, I think that was like 400 clips. It was almost 50 gigs of raw footage. So that edit took like 6 or 7 hours. But for the most part, I would say 3 to 4 hours probably. Client wants you to edit in 5 minutes. Yeah, dude. A lot of people don't understand like video editing. 100%, at least for me, like the work from content creating is editing. That part I don't, there's little parts of it I enjoy. But for the most part, like that's the work part for me. That's the part that I end up trying to procrastinate or putting off. Like filming, easy. You know, especially now because I like kind of understand how and what I want to film to get the video that I want. When I first started, it was harder. But now I really don't have to think about it. But editing, for sure. Especially when you like I've done some stuff with sponsors and edit the video and send it to them. And then they send it back and they're like, oh, can you change this, this, and this? And they think it's just like, okay, fucking done. But it's like, you don't realize what, okay, if I change this And this, everything after that in the video, I also have to go back and change. Like, revisions add a lot of work. I don't think people really understand that. Like, sometimes it might be easier and faster to just re-edit and restart and just completely redo the edit instead of going into the one you already made and making a bunch of changes. Because you change something here, you're sliding stuff over, and then everything behind that is out of line now, and your like transitions and your blends and stuff aren't lined up anymore. Then you got to go through and individually, yeah, dude, edits can be a real fucking nightmare. Especially when you're first starting out, dude. When you really don't know how to use the editing program and don't know how to make your life easier and do stuff the fastest, easiest way. When I was first starting, dude, my edits would take 10 hours on the regular. Just because I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. Clients like to just have a meeting and ramble a bunch of mixed match ideas that make no sense. You're a mind reader, right? That's the one thing that will really bother me with a client is, especially with YouTube, if you approach me to do a sponsor video, I am assuming and really hoping that you watched my videos and you said, okay, we like this style of video. This is what we want to sponsor. Here's some money. Here's our product. Make the sponsor video. But the thing about it is sometimes people approach you, they just look at your analytics or whatever. They don't watch your videos. Then you'll make the sponsor video, you send it to them, and then they just send you a laundry list of changes. Or what will happen is you'll talk to them and you'll be like, okay, what are you looking for? What do you not? My big thing is I always am very adamant about, okay, what do you not want? What is something you absolutely do not want in the video? Make sure to tell me those. And I've had people be like, oh no, just do your thing. We want a 60-second ad read, blah, blah, blah. Just do your thing. It's cool. We like your videos, blah, blah, blah. All right, sick. Make the video, send it to them. And then now they have all these ideas of what they wanted. Oh, can you move this logo from here to here? Oh, can you change the B-roll here? So you had all these ideas of what you wanted, apparently. And since you didn't decide to tell me initially, now I have twice as much work. That's what really pisses me off. You can send me a 2-page email of everything that you want. That's much better than you saying nothing and then coming in later and being like, oh no, we want this, this, and this. Start from what you want. Don't get to what you want. Think of it this way. Some clients are trapped in the most uncreative jobs. They revel in participating, playing Steven Spielberg. Sometimes where the iterations go on. And the other thing is too, I completely agree with that. Another thing that will make it an absolute nightmare for you as the creator is if you are working with like 5 or 6 different people at whatever company, because each of them are rarely on the same page. So you send it to this person, they approve this and this, they ask for these changes. So you do all that and you send it back to them. Then they send it to the next person and that person wants changes. Then they send it to their boss and that. So by the time it gets to the actual client, you've done 7 revisions already. As opposed to, hey, let's all get together and all talk about what we want changed and then send it back so he can just change all of it at once. Dude, I'm still dealing with the sponsor video that's been months. The email thread is over 100 emails. And I think that's what's been happening because I was hired by a third party to make it for another client. So I think the third party was requesting changes. So that would go back a few times, get it to where they like it. Then they would send it off to the client. Now the client wants changes as opposed to them just, hey, let's all get together at once. And it really got annoying because after like the 3rd or 4th edit, I was like, hey, can you please make sure that you go through the entire video and every single thing that you want changed, you tell me now so I can change them and get it to where you like it. Okay, cool. They'd send it back with 5 or 6 revisions. I would change those, send it back again with 5 or 6 different ones. I'm like, oh my God, dude. And like little, like annoying stuff like, the logo was on the bottom left of the screen. Oh, can you Put it up on the top right. Is that really that big of a deal? It's, oh my, dude, nightmare. Bigger the company, bigger the budget, more revisions. So after this one that I've been dealing with lately, I made a completely new contract. My new contract is 2 revisions. 2. So I'll send you the final video. You can have 2 revisions. Honestly, it should probably only be 1. That way you're motivated to get everything that you want changed in that first revision, so I only have to re-edit it once. But after that, if you want more revisions after that, it's $50 USD per revision. So you better come. I'm actually going to change it right now to 1 revision. Yeah, so then you better figure out what you want changed now. It might be 1 revision actually already. Oh no, it is 1 revision. The client is entitled to 1 revision of the video after it has been delivered. Any revision request must be made within 5 business days of delivery. That's the other thing that's been annoying with this most recent one is I send them something, takes them 2 weeks to get back to me with the revisions. I send it back 2 more, like it's been months. Any additional revisions requested after the initial revision will occur a charge of $40 per revision. That's still pretty fair. Payable by the client before the revision is made. Much better. I also added this as well. This wasn't in my contract before. Either party may terminate this agreement with written notice subject to the following conditions. If terminated after the video has been filmed, edited, and delivered, the client is still obligated to pay 50% of the agreed fee as outlined in section 2.2. So if I go through all the editing, filming, blah, 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 I make the video and send it to you, and you end up hating it and you don't want it, sorry, you still got to pay me 50% because I still did the work. If terminated before any work has begun, the client is entitled to a full refund of any deposit if applicable. I think that's fair. So if you decide a week later that you don't want to do it, I haven't filmed anything yet, you paid a deposit, you can have your money back. Yeah, so with this current situation, it is kind of my fault because my previous contract, I left it pretty open and it's not like they've, you know, done anything against our agreement. My contract I sent them didn't have a limited amount of revisions. So it's my fault as a business owner to not protect myself. So that has changed now. Yeah, I was thinking about an hourly rate too, but the only thing with that is it's hard because it could go both ways. You know what I mean? If they want a revision that only takes 15 minutes, how do I charge for that? It's more of the process of having to go in, re-edit everything, you know what I mean? Than it really is the time. That's why I feel like $40 is fair. Because revisions for the most part aren't too crazy. I might want to put a clause or something in there that like what a revision entails. You know what I mean? Because what if I send them a video and then they decide, oh, we want the first 7 minutes to be changed. We want new footage for the first 7 minutes of the video. Then that counts as a revision. Is that really $40? No. I should probably put something in there that's like anything that requires new filming, you know, a new, essentially a restart on the project is going to be more. If you just want things moved around or specific clips changed, okay. Maybe something to think about. Maybe I'll upload it to ChatGPT and be like, okay, where are the holes in this contract? What else can I do to make sure I'm protected? Still hammering. I'm not sure if they're in the chat or not, but super services of nj@gmail. Bought 3 beers on Buy Me a Coffee. If you're in the chat, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Oh, I wonder if that's Barry. Guy was having trouble earlier, probably. God, I'm gonna punch the ceiling. I'm gonna fucking punch the ceiling. It's like, now it's just like little taps. Fucking freaking out, dude. Freaking out. Ay, ay, ay. Thank you, said, oh, Service NJ. New Jersey, is that what that means? Nice, thank you. I guess it wasn't Barry. I wonder, maybe I should probably like read up on that. Like what, like restrictions aren't, like the frequently asked questions with super chats. That way if somebody's having trouble, I should have the fucking answers probably, huh? It's fucking hot in here. Coffee got me sweating, dude. All right, Steve, we'll see you later, brother. I'm actually, that's perfect timing. I'm gonna take a little smoke break real quick. I'll still have the mic on though. Give me one sec. And maybe I can't hear this fucking banging on the patio. Give me one sec. Fucking over it. Feel that? Man, it looks like it is gonna rain all day again. It's so hot and humid, I walked outside, my glasses fogged up. That's insane. Nope, the banging is even louder out here. I can hear them. I feel like rainy season started way earlier this year. I thought it was like about this time. I thought it started like mid-May, but it's been raining pretty consistently almost every day for like a month already. Jesus, it is so hot and muggy out here. It's like 90 degrees. It's got to be like 70% humidity. It's fucking brutal. The hot AC condenser blown in my face does not help. Yeah, I can like hear the tools now that I'm outside. I think they're tearing up the floor. Hopefully they get it all done today. At my old condo, the guy right above me was redoing his floor. I swear it was like an entire week, dude. They would start at like 6 a.m., bang like fucking crazy and like air hammers and stuff until like 10 a.m. and then they'd be done. I'm like, why don't you just do it for the whole day, for a day or two, and just get it done instead of stretching it out for a week? Like the dichotomy of like construction in Thailand is so wild. Like some stuff, I'll see them put up like entire buildings like overnight, it seems. Like they'd show up, dig everything, and build a building insanely fast, or tear down a building insanely fast. And then other times they're like building a sidewalk and it takes them 2 years. Even the like the whole beach road thing, like the Jomtien Beach Road, when they tore that up and redid all that, like they did the whole road in like 2 or 3 months, I'm pretty sure. It wasn't very long, then they had it all shredded. But they tore it up to make it wider, and now people just double park instead of parking in like the parking spots. So it's still like only one lane. And it's the whole road is one way now, which makes zero sense to me. Jesus, it is so fucking hot out here. But don't get me wrong, Thailand is always hot, but if you haven't come and the heat bothers you from like end of February to end of May, it, from what I've experienced, is the hottest time of year. It is pretty brutal. And there's like never a breeze either. Right now there's absolutely zero breeze out here, so it's just like a fucking sauna. Jesus. It is not cold. That's for damn sure. That was like 4 minutes and I'm covered in sweat. Even growing up in Arizona, man, I would rarely, if ever, sweat. Oh my God. Coming to Thailand, that is not the case. Okay. Oh, it's so fucking hot. Yeah. Dude, like, I got here from Phoenix. And I got here and I was like, oh my God. My new place, right? I'll just like go out, walk around, just explore, you know? And I did that the first day or like second day I was here, something like that. My first go was on Third Road. Like, I'm just gonna walk down to Walking Street, check that out. It was during the day. And then walk down Beach Road and just check shit out. Bro, I made it to Walking Street, like a couple kilometers from my condo, and I was dying. Like, it was like hard to breathe. I was like, oh my fucking God, it is hot. I was not ready for it. That's the only thing that kind of sucks about riding the bike. There's like, the trade-off is you don't have to deal with traffic. So it's not that bad. You know what I mean? So you don't have to sit in traffic, but like every stoplight is painful, especially this time of year. Like, even if I'm going to get a coffee or something and it's like a couple lights away, by the time I get to the coffee shop, I'm like, brutal. Rongo, what's up, bro? Chilling. Rongo, all right, check this out. So, can I get there from here? Granted, it's kind of hard to tell from just your profile picture, but I'm pretty sure I found your doppelganger on YouTube. There's this guy I've been watching that he is a cruiser. He has a sailboat. And he's just been, like right now, he's in Indonesia, I think. His channel is called Sailing Tritea. Bro, you gotta look him up. I swear, like, at least your face, you look exactly like him. If you're just joining the chat, sorry about the fucking banging. If you can hear it, person above me decided to rip up their floor. Hopefully they'll be done today, but who fucking knows, man. Yeah, bro, check it out. I'm telling you. Granted, maybe not because I can only see your YouTube profile picture, but from that, you look just like him, or he looks just like you, however you want to think about it. We've got a YouTube post that's about to hit 300K likes, 6 million views. That's insane. I need that on YouTube. 6 million views would probably be like, it'll be like, probably like 20 grand. Just so you guys know. And granted, like I get I'm on the kind of lower, like travel YouTube channels are kind of on the lower end of how much we get paid per 1,000 ad views. There's some channels that make like quadruple, triple of what travel channels made. And even with what I get paid, 6 million views would be like 20 grand. So when you guys see these videos that are like 150 million views, think about how much money that is. Talking about sailboats, been spending all day updating product data for my company's marine superchargers. Nice. I love anything to do with a supercharger. Granted, I'm more of a turbo guy, but superchargers are sick too. Let me, I feel like Tritea is kind of spelt weird. Let me look it up. Tritea, Triteia. I guess that's pretty straightforward. Yeah, guy's name is James. Super cool. It does like a lot, does pretty much all solo sailing, which like, super cool. Talk about balls, man. Just going straight across, like he came all the way, he's from California. He sailed from LA all the way across the Pacific to Hawaii, then down to Indonesia. Wild. Damn, only 4 minutes left on the super chat goal. I don't think we're gonna make it. I think I set it for 10. I was feeling pretty optimistic today. Only ever had turbos. Yeah, me too. I've never had a car with a supercharger. Turbos are just so much more accessible budget-wise. Superchargers are fucking expensive. And granted, too, I've only really ever built 4 cylinders and 1 6-cylinder. So I don't think superchargers, you'd be getting a whole lot of gains with a 4-cylinder. They sound sick, though. I like the supercharger whine. Man, I finally re-downloaded TikTok. I've been really trying to focus on doing more short form content to hopefully grab some more viewership here on YouTube. So I re-downloaded TikTok, and granted, most of the time I'm pretty good. I just go in there, I upload, and then I'm out. But sometimes I don't know what it is. Like, go in, upload, and then before you know it, you're just fucking doom scrolling. Like, Jesus, I've been doing this for an hour. Even on Instagram, I don't do that with Instagram Reels. I don't know what it is. Something about the content like TikTok promotes and the stuff you end up seeing is fucking brain rot shit. I need some WD-40 on this fucking chair, man. K24 with a supercharger. I had a K24 RSX. K24 A4, I think. The one out of the Element, out of a Honda Element. Pretty sick. I don't think that one wasn't turbo. Only turbos I've had were B series. I had a B16 A2 red top. That one was turbo. Your channel's gonna pop when you move to Bangkok. There's definitely gonna be more content readily available in Bangkok, just more shit to do, more events, especially with the motorsport stuff. 80% of all that stuff happens in Bangkok. Bangkok Drive Avenue, Pathum Thani Speedway. There's always something going on there. Granted, I've got some different ideas of stuff that I'm probably going to start implementing that I think is going to be a lot more broad, but still interesting for people that are already planning on Thailand. I think that's the key, right? Is finding stuff that is still relevant for you guys and like the audience that's already here, but also ideally pulling some people in that might not usually watch Thailand stuff. And I've got ways how to do that. It's just I've been trying to be very conscious about like not wanting to build an audience or gain success making types of videos that I'm not okay making for the foreseeable future, you know? Yeah, you guys want to know something crazy? I've been using MacBooks for 15 years. I just discovered the cleanup function. Like on your desktop, if you right click and go down to clean up, it like takes all your icons and actually like spaces them all evenly. And like, I've been like dragging and doing that manually forever. I just randomly figured it out like a month or two ago. I was like, cleanup, what the fuck does that mean? Just clicked it and everything was like, phew, and just got perfectly all centered and everything. I was like, what the fuck? There's so many like functions and little shit with Apple products that is like super cool that I didn't even know was a thing. A go-go for sale on Walking Street. Take over 4.8 million. Rent 250,000 baht a month. I figured Walking Street was expensive, but Jesus Christ. 250 a month, what is that? That's like 7,000 USD. That's not that crazy, I guess. If you were a successful go-go, I feel like that would be pretty easy to do. Let's see if I recognize which one. Well, it's really small though. Yeah, if you guys want to come in and buy a business, there's plenty of them for sale in Pattaya. Congratulations, you're old. Oh, we have this problem with tech. Yeah, so I'm pretty tech savvy. The thing is, like, I'm a creature of habit. Like, once I figure out something that works, I'm rarely gonna, like, look for ways to optimize that, you know what I mean? So it's like I was just doing the drag and drop, and, like, that worked. So why would I try to figure out if there was a better way to do it, you know what I mean? Just like one of those things, you don't realize it's like an issue until somebody fixes it. And then you're like, how did I like never know this? How have I dealt with this forever? Apavara, Sawadee Cup. Chillin'. Hiding out from the fucking weather. So hot. What is this? Oh, Siri. Speaking of MacBook, the new update is kind of weird. The phone, if you guys have a MacBook, you can mirror your phone now. And like, you mirror your phone on your MacBook and it just like pops up like it's your phone. And you can just like click through and just like use your phone without touching it. It's pretty fucking cool. I'm sure somebody in like business could find like a really applicable function for that. For me, it's just like fun to do. If I'm like editing a video, I can just like click over and respond to like Instagram DMs or whatever. But yeah, that's pretty sweet. A weed coffee shop with a couple of PlayStation and hot Thai girls with sexy hippie outfits. What is a sexy hippie outfit? I think hippie outfit, I think dreads and armpit hair and no deodorant. That's what comes to my mind. Yeah, dude, the only things like bars and weed shops, I was like, you have to, if it was me and I was going to open a business like that, especially in Pattaya, I would have to have a really great idea that would set you apart from all the rest of them, especially bars. There is just so many bars. Like what's your idea to make it different? If you're not in a place that's like on a main, walking street where people are just cruising and will walk into whatever bar, if you're a destination spot, that's hard to do for like bars and restaurants. Like if it's a place where people have to deliberately go there just to go to your business, you better come correct. You better be offering something that nobody else is. 90s kids growing up with Windows 94. The first one I remember was Windows 98 because I was born in 91. So I didn't really start using computers until Windows 98. When I was in school, we had like our first computer class with computers was all iMacs. The ones with like the clear different color things on the back with the handle on the top. Those were the first computers I ever used. But we only had those for a couple years, and then it was all Dell. They switched to Dell, and that was pretty much what we used the rest of the time I was in school. Even when I was in high school, like we didn't really have we didn't have laptops or anything like that. What?
I just got made fun of for having a blue check mark. But actually, really, I got it because I had at least 20 accounts of me that were fake, made at once, and they took some time, bro. They went and recorded all of this shit on my Instagram and posted it with my same profile picture and everything, with motto and address, but different punctuation or underscore in different parts of motto and address. And so if you looked up MO, 10, 20 different motto and addresses would pop up with the same profile picture. And then they had a fake OnlyFans link in the bio. So I might have a blue check mark, and I'm no influencer, but I'll tell you, it's helped because
At least she's got 6,000 subs. I see people with blue check marks on Instagram and they've got 600 followers. Like, dude, why are you paying for that? Shit's like $20 a month. You're just wasting your money, bro. My first computer was DOS. Oh my God, you're showing your age, bro. Yeah, the only, how young I am, I was coming into computers as they were improving substantially. The only place where I was the first holder of tech was cell phones. I remember when cell phones 100% started to become a thing that everybody had. I remember I was in 6th or 7th grade probably, and I got the Nokia fucking brick with Snake and shit on it. Thought I was the shit. I thought I was so cool because I had a cell phone. And then when the Razr came out, the Motorola Razr, dude, if you had a Razr, you were official. Or what was the one that had Sidekick? If you had a Sidekick, you were fucking official, dude. Official. I actually saw one of the secondhand markets in Bangkok. There was a guy who was selling a Sidekick. And I honestly probably would have bought it, but he wanted $6,000 for it, $200. I was like, I might pay 30 or 40. I probably would have paid $1,000 or $1,500 for it. But they're hip to the game now. You used to be able to find Game Boys and Nintendo 64s and a lot of cool old gaming tech and cell phones and Walkmans and stuff like that for dirt cheap. they'd be selling them for like 200 baht. But now they know there's a market for it, so they charge. I got by a lady at one of those markets with Pokemon cards. I'm still pissed about that. She it was a booster box and she wanted like 500 baht for it, which is like not crazy, but it's decently expensive, more than retail. And like the box looked legit, everything looked official. In my mind, she would not haggle at all. I was like, what if I buy two? Can I get two of them for 800 instead of 1,000? She's like, nope, 500. Like, all right, whatever. Brought them home, cracked open one pack, the fakest fucking Pokemon cards I've ever seen in my life. Like there was holographics in every single booster pack. Every single one had holographics in it, and the holographics were the most shitty quality I've ever fucking seen. And I really thought about going back. I'm like, yo, these are fake as fuck. Give me my money back, or some of my money at least. But I didn't end up doing it. I just took the loss. I was pissed. Far ahead, I come from war zone in the 90s before I immigrated to the West. So we have always, oh shit, yeah. I grew up in I'm that last generation where when we were kids, it was all like outside playing in the dirt, throwing rocks at each other. And then by the time we were teenagers, it was all cell phones and social media. I think I had MySpace pretty young. I think I was like 7th or 8th grade, maybe. MySpace was a thing. And then I think when I was like a sophomore in high school is when Facebook finally caught traction. There's an idea that can set you apart of Pattaya: retro video games. That generation is getting to the age where they holiday out there. Yeah, for sure. Dude, any type, nostalgia, there's big money in nostalgia. There's already quite a few shops like that in the States, but I haven't seen any of them here. I'll tell you what, if you want to open a business in Pattaya that I have not seen, and it is 100% a gap in the market, which is crazy to me, there's dispensaries everywhere. You can't walk down a block without seeing a dispensary. What I haven't seen here is smoke shops. I haven't seen a shop that just sells weed accessories, pipes, papers, grinders. And we're so close to China. China produces a bunch of that shit. Bongs and pipes and all that stuff. I feel like if you opened a legit smoke shop here that sold decent quality glass pipes and stuff like that, you could definitely make money. I feel like that's a hole in the market. To the point where I feel like I almost shouldn't say anything and reach out to some investors. But if you want to open a business here, that's one I would for sure think about. Especially because the overhead on a lot of that shit is nothing. And you can sell it for relatively dirt cheap and still make good money. You can find papers and stuff, and some smoke shops might have a couple bongs for sale, but nothing where you can go in and actually have a selection of stuff you want to get. And there's a lot of stoners here. So I think there's definitely a market for that. Especially with all the foreigners coming here. There are tons of those. In Pattaya, I haven't seen one. A legit, just not a smoke shop, not a dispensary, not somewhere that sells weed. A smoke shop that just sells paraphernalia and weed accessories, glass, and yeah, some shops might have a few pipes and a couple shitty plastic grinders and stuff like that, but nothing like the smoke shops we have in America. I'm Googling it right now. Yeah, okay, so I see a couple in Bangkok. Yeah, for sure. I haven't seen one here. Yeah, these are legit smoke shops, tons of different pipes. I have seen quite a few that are more catered towards tobacco. like tobacco pipes, stuff like that. Not here in Bangkok. No way I'm opening a bit. Yeah, I wouldn't either. But I think there's a bit of a hole in the market there for somebody. I don't know what the hell is going on with Google, dude. Google keeps flagging my laptop for suspicious activity on my YouTube channel. And like keeps making me re-log in. I'm like, dude, this is the same computer I've been using for this channel for fucking 3 years. Like every time I go live, I have to like re-log in and like authenticate and everything. I'm like, dude, what the fuck are we doing here? I already set it up so Streamlabs has like all the permission. I don't know. Super annoying. Gonna rain again. Man, when the first couple of years I was here, I was only filming everything on a GoPro, so the rain wasn't too big of a deal. But now that I've got a different camera, it's not waterproof. So going out and it might rain is not good. I feel like most pipes and grinders sell a little hard to sell the pricier stuff since people don't bring the right, but you can make your good coin off of selling like plastic grinders and papers and shit like that. And then for the people that live here, especially Thais, you make like the more legit like bongs and like water pieces and stuff. You would want them to still be affordable for locals, but you can get all that shit from China and it's dirt cheap. So I think I think you could find a way to make it work. Well, Hen has loads of pipes on sale, Bangkok too. I have not seen, granted there might be one over in like Central Pattaya on some road I don't go down frequently. But for like how many dispensaries there are, you would think there'd be a decent amount of smoke shops as well. Especially because like you don't have to just sell weed stuff. You could sell cigarettes as well. There's a lot of foreigners here that like want different types of tobacco or imported cigarettes. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like there's a lot, like literally just a smoke shop, whether you smoke cigarettes or you smoke a pipe or you smoke weed or snus, like whatever. Just carry all of it. Best weed culture is here in Wahin. Strange, I'm buying good stuff for 60 to 70 baht a gram. Weed shops are full of quality human. Bars are getting boring. Yeah, I don't go to the bar anymore. Same. The shop I get my stuff from here in Pattaya, it's the same. It's about 70 baht a gram for like the best stuff. But most of the shops here are like way, way, way overcharging. Talking like $15 a gram, 400 baht, which is fucking wild. I don't care how good it is, I'm not paying that. Because I grew in America for a long time. I know what it costs to grow plants. Like even super high quality, expensive genetics, indoor, you know what I mean? All the best nutrients, all the best substrates. I know what it costs. And it does not cost 300, 400 baht a gram, period. That's like at least like a quadruple markup, which is like, and especially because most of the stuff here is not that high of quality. It's like they buy genetics here and they're like, oh yeah, like this genetic is capable of 27% THC. Then they grow it, they don't test it, and they sell it as 27%. Do you realize how hard it is to grow a plant that puts out 27% THC nugs? Bro. That is insane. Even most like really good chronic is like 18 to 20%. That's really good. Once you're trying to get above like 25, dude, it's really hard to do. I've seen people trying to market stuff here like, oh, 38% THC. Really? 38%. Almost half. Come on. That's my only real complaint with it here is there's no like product testing. Not really for the THC content, but for like pesticides, mold, shit like that. You don't want to be smoking that stuff. Especially the pesticides. Some of them are fucking crazy, and like if you burn them, they're super carcinogenic. It'd be really bad for you. Bugs. I don't want to be fucking smoking like mites and shit. Ugh. Bro, this talk that they're having about bringing F1 to Thailand is getting pretty serious. Imagine getting kidnapped with a stuffy nose and they tape your mouth. That would suck. Yeah, fantastic nutrition, premium genetics, growing condition. I can promise you cannot find it. Yeah, dude, that's what I mean. It's like the most, like to get up in that realm, 25% plus, you're talking the most elite genetics, the most elite growers, and the elite like operations. That is the pinnacle, you know what I mean? So yeah, I would say most of the stuff here is probably like 15 to 18%, which is still very good. Like if you don't smoke very often, 15 to 18% is going to get you fucking lit. But yeah, all these places like, oh, 25, 30, 34%. I'm like, dude, come on. Why are you lying, man? Why are you lying? And it's the same thing with the strains. There's like so many places here. They're like, oh yeah, like Granddaddy Kush. And like, I grew and smoked enough weed, especially in the States. When you're going to dispensaries, you start to learn like different genetics. They look different. They taste different. They smell different. So I see stuff here and they're like, oh, like GDP, it's like Granddaddy Perp. And I can just look at it and be like, no, it's not. Somebody might have told you that when they sold you the clones or the seeds or whatever, but that's not GDP. That's not Blue Dream. Yeah. So it's a bit of a bummer, but at least now there is some stuff that's pretty decent and it's fairly priced. When I first got here, it was like everything was pretty much dog shit. It was just not good quality. And they were charging like $300 or $400 a gram. I'm like, I'm not paying $15 for a gram of mid. You're out of your mind. You'll piss yourself smoking 34%. Yeah, dude. If you're not an avid smoker, 34% is going to fuck you up. Even me. Like, granted, I don't smoke like a lot during the day, but I smoke, I smoke every day. Like at night when I'm getting ready to go to bed, I smoke every day. If I took a bong rip of legit 34% THC, I'd be fucking blasted. Blasted. And if you think about it, most like bubble hash, most bubble hash is like 70 to like maybe 80% THC hash. So you're telling me that your flower has half as much THC as bubble hash? That's what you're trying to tell me right now. I fucking doubt it. I doubt it. Anything that's like, because I've seen legit stuff that was like 32, 35%. It looks insane. It doesn't look like any weed you've ever seen before. Like if you hit it with a light, it just looks like a cotton ball. All you can see, it's just the whole outside is nothing but crystals. Like you can't see any green or orange hair, nothing. It just looks like a fucking cotton ball. It's crazy looking. The smell is insane. It'll smell like straight like fucking gasoline. You can tell. I've gotten some pretty wild stuff in Arizona. I got some Rainbow Kush in Washington that was 32%, I think. Insane. Best weed I've ever had in my life. Literally tasted like Skittles. It was so fruity. Yeah, and that was In Washington, though, even that was cheap. I think that was only, I think I got an eighth for like $15, something like that. I couldn't believe how cheap the weed was in Washington. This shit's called Def. Yeah, that's like one of those ones from like Ted. He's like, yeah, my guy gave me 2 new strains. It's like, this one's called They're Coming, and this one's called This Is Permanent. Yeah, 34%, that's what it would be like. I was in the hospital for 17 days when I got out, took 2 puffs from a joint and fainted like it was 18. Yeah, dude. Like the stuff I have now is probably about that. It's like 15 to 18 probably. And I do like little snap, like half a bowl, like bong rip. I do one of those at night, I'm good. Yeah, that's another reason why I won't do, like I'm not going to take edibles here. Because you want to talk about nothing being regulated. Like, who fucking knows? You could get a cookie and there was like some, 20-year-old Thai kid that made it, and that motherfucker will have 200 milligrams in it. And you're fucked for 2 days. I'm good on that. All types of hash for during the day, loads of hash type and more. Yeah, I like hash a lot. When I was in America, I pretty much only smoked wax. I like wax just because, like, a lot of people are like, oh, I like the process of smoking. I like grinding. And nah, like, I like being high. I don't really like the smoking process. So I like wax. It's just heat up the nail, one little fucking basketball booger, bang, cough for 10 minutes, done, and I'm set. And it doesn't make a mess. You don't need like ashtrays. It doesn't get everywhere. So I really like that. There's the same place I get my weed from in Pattaya has hash as well. I think they sell it for like 100 baht a gram, bubble hash. And then they have this other thing that he calls it blonde hash. I don't think it's actually hash. I think it's keef. And they're taking keef and pressing it. And that's like 120 a gram. Keef, I like keef too, but keef is just hard because you just fly through it. It's so easy to like smoke a gram of keef like on accident because it burns so fast. Hash is cool. The only reason I haven't been getting hash exclusively is because I can't find a pipe that's very good for it. I would, in the States to smoke hash, I would just use like a chillum, like a glass blunt, and then put it in the end and then just heat up the glass underneath it. I can't find anything like that here. What the fuck? I find hash as a body chill. Yeah, I feel like I'm more active if I'm smoking hash. Like I can smoke hash and then like go out. Not that I can't do that with weed, but it's easier for me to like do what I still need to do. As I've gotten older, I have noticed that like smoking makes me lazy. When I was younger, it wasn't really like that. I would get high before everything and it was fine. Now if I get high, I don't want to do shit. Keef isn't nice, to be honest. Well, keef is all about the strain, you know what I mean? If you have really quality flower, then the keef is great. But if you're smoking like mid-grade, yeah, then the keef isn't going to be very good. Chillums, bro. Yeah, I used to swear by the chillum. Chillums and then like actual glass blunts. I really like glass blunts. Those are cool. Because like a lot of the time I was like out and about or doing shit or DJing, stuff like that. So with the glass blunt, you just unwind it, load it all the way up, take a hit, spin it, push that ash out, you know what I mean? So it's just like having a constantly loaded bowl that you can hit all day. Or you can actually like hit it like a blunt and just light it and just pass it around. Super cool. Used to do supercharged joints. I melt Afghan hash with grinded buds in a joint. That was it. Yeah, Jesus Christ. I used to do that with like bong rips, some crazy flour, and then just wad up a couple boogers of either like crumble or like legit like wax. Just like strategically place them in the bowl and then just corner it. Yeah, dude, that'll get you. It's different too. Like, I really think, at least for me, like the high I get from smoking flowers is much different than the high I get from smoking wax or smoking hash. It's funny because I feel like flowers for me is more like a body high. I get the head high from like smoking hash or wax. Can anyone in here make a tulip joint? Yeah, I can roll really good actually. There was a period in my life when I was smoking cigarettes, and the only cigarettes I had access to were like pouches of tobacco and had to roll my own cigarettes. So there's nothing that will teach you to roll faster than being a smoker and only being able to smoke rolled cigarettes. So after about a year and a half of only smoking those, I can roll like a motherfucker now. I'm not as good at rolling blunts. I can still roll a blunt, but anything with like even like a twofer, a big paper, or just like a normal like cigarette joint type paper, bro, I can roll them with one hand really. I'd be driving as long as the weed is already ground up, and just roll a joint. And you kind of inherently learn how to roll tulips if you're rolling cigarettes, because you want to cone down one end so you don't get a bunch of tobacco in your mouth. Getting weed in your mouth from a cigarette is not that big a deal, but tobacco in your mouth does not taste good. Best hash you can smoke. It's like the wine of hash. Yeah, I used to make a lot of bubble hash. I've had some really, really good hash. It's like you got to find somebody that has been doing it for a long time. If you can find like some old head that like lives in the mountains somewhere and he's been growing his own stuff and likes to smoke hash, that's where you get it. Maricopa County Jail. No, actually, Maricopa County Jail does not allow cigarettes. Hasn't for a long time. Most jails don't allow cigarettes. Even most prisons, most state prisons don't allow cigarettes. I don't know about federal prison, but there's only a few states left where they allow smoking. Did you guys see the trailer for Grand Theft Auto 6, huh? Fucking looks sweet. I can't wait. I haven't bought a video game in so long. I have Xbox, so I usually just use Game Pass. I haven't bought like a new game in years. But I will be buying that 100%. I better start saving up now. It's probably got to be at least $100. I think they've spent like $2 billion on the development in 15 years. It's got to be. I bet if I was a betting man, I would say $120 for the like standard edition day one. 120 bucks. What do you want to bet? I'll buy it. I don't give a shit. If you think about it, I mean, I'm still playing Grand Theft Auto 5 online. It's still on my Xbox right now. And that's been out for what, 15 years? So the new one in Grand Theft Auto 5's development, I think was $350 million. Grand Theft Auto 6 is $6 billion. Or $2 billion, sorry. So I would imagine that people are going to be playing Grand Theft Auto 6 for the next 25 years. It'll probably be the last Grand Theft Auto in all reality. So that's worth 120 bucks to me. I mean, dude, Grand Theft Auto 5 at this point, I've played it, deleted it, probably 10 times. I have to have over 1,000 hours $120 for thousands of hours of entertainment, I'm cool with that. It's going to break so many fucking records when it's released. It'll be the best, highest selling video game of all time for sure. It'll probably even make more money than like a lot of like blockbuster movies and shit. Prison tobacco. It's not good. Don't ask me how I know. Damn, what time is it? 12:30? Boys, it's about that time. I haven't eaten breakfast yet. I gotta go get some food. I'm fucking hungry. That's for sure. And it's gonna rain again, so I gotta go get something before that. I appreciate y'all stopping in, as always. If you don't know, we don't monetize these lives. I don't get ad revenue or anything from them. So if you're feeling so courteous, you'd like to support a little bit, keep these going, you can hit the Buy Me a Coffee link. It's in the chat. Or you could super chat, whatever, that works too. Buy Me a Coffee is a little bit better because they don't take as high of a percentage. New video tomorrow. Probably like 8 or 9 p.m. Bangkok time. So that'll be in the morning for y'all. Not tomorrow, I guess. The next day, technically. Yeah. No. Yeah. Tomorrow? Fuck, I don't know. Within the next day. Within the next, like, 24 hours. So I will see you guys later. I appreciate it. Also, if you guys have any questions or anything that we didn't get to,